Welcome back to NJ.com. Jackie Friedman here with Mike Kinney for our boys lacrosse season finale that ended with us crowning a new champion.
Oh, man.
What can you say about Bridgewater-Raritan, that they took down Summit, their 68-game winning streak, just a suffocating defense that they managed to get past it more times than Summit got past them.
That's really, I think, the important thing about this team. We talked about their talent all year long. We talked about their scoring ability. As young as they were, you know talent, you know when you see it. Their attack was tremendous. Ryan Hollingsworth is the pulse of that group. I think what really helped them offensively along was John Longordo and Ray Mastriani. Their development as dodgers, as leaders, as shooters from the midfield, their confidence level just rose immensely. These guys are Division I lacrosse players. I didn't know if they were or not at the beginning of the season. They were juniors who didn't score very much at all. Unbelievable. But you win championships, as the coaches say, with defense. Their man-to-man defense was as good as any, clearly as good as any man defense in the state. But we're talking about one of the best man defense, one of the toughest man defenses of the last 5 or 6 years. This is almost as good as Del Barton's group from about 3 years ago. I mean, these guys, you know, and just on guts. BJ Grill is the leader of that team. Nick Bergente, very tough. Evan Mock, underrated junior, really tough. Good polls, and in goal, Zach Jones, a junior, very, very tough. This is a junior group that just matured earlier than we all expected. They were better defensively than I ever imagined, and that's why they beat Summit. They were just tremendous. Summit did a nice job possessed, and Summit and Mike Sang did a great job of face-offs against Bridgewater. I had said if Mike Sang was about 50%, Summit probably would win the game. He was over 50%. That's how good the defense played.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't give up.
Well, it's never too early to look ahead to next year.
It never is too early to look to next year.
Can Bridgewater do this again? Or, I mean, again, we keep saying this is a junior class that we thought would be great as seniors.
Exactly.
How good are they going to be as seniors?
Scary good. Scary good. Here's a team now, I think, next year, if all things fall in place, if half the team doesn't transfer to Immaculata or Lawrenceville or something like that, if they stay together and they stay hungry. One thing that I'm worried about is BJ Grill is gone. That kid is, he's the emotive leader of that team. He makes them go. He talks all the time. He's gone defensively as a senior. Almost the entire group's intact. 11 of the top 15 guys are all coming back. How hungry are they, though, to repeat? That's the thing. Will they come with the kind of, with the kind of attitude that Summit had the last couple of years and just not give up and refuse to give in? They can be one of the best teams in memory in the last 25, 30 years in New Jersey. No question about it. With the great Mountain Lakes teams, the great Del Barton teams, the great Ridgewood teams, the great Westfield teams from the mid-'80s. They can be among those teams next year because they have everything in place. They should win it all unless we have major injuries or, they jump ship.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, we talked all year about the kind of changing of the guard, the parity that I think we can say has arrived. Yes. We end the season with Glen Ridge beating Mountain Lakes in Group 1, Moorestown taking Group 3. Where do we go from here?
More of this. There's more of this coming on the horizon, there's no doubt about it. Now, Glen Ridge is going to take a little bit of a dip because they had such a good senior class, and it's Group 1, but they've got a lot of good people in place. They're going to be a very solid team next year. Asmawa is going to be decent. Mountain Lakes will be back again, of course. But you're absolutely right. This is what we want in the game. We want this kind of parity. We want these teams coming almost out of nowhere to at least into the finals, into the quarters and the semis, and being players here. Rumson Fairhaven, going to be a very good Group 1 team next year. Watch out for them. They're another team on the rise, doing a great job. Jim Barbieri doing a great job of coaching that team. Shawnee is going to be a player in Group 3 next year. There's no question about it. They've got some very young people offensively. Owen Demerly, leading goal scorer in the state. He's a junior. He's coming back with a bunch of other guys. This is great. This is unlike football where Don Bosco rules. It's unlike basketball where St. Pat's and St. Anthony, there's no way of getting in there and winning the Tournament of Champions. This is great. We had 2 public schools in the final, right? In the TFC final. Nothing better than that. And I have nothing against non-public schools. Guarantee. I went to a non-public high school. I have nothing against non-public schools. But when you have that kind of hierarchy of non-public and everybody wants to go there, who's great, well, it's not happening in lacrosse. They're staying home, great coaches around, and this is what the sport needs, a bunch of people from all over the state, and that's what we had this year. It was fun. It was outstanding.
We have our special All-State section coming out on June 26th. Maybe just give us a quick teaser of what to expect in it.
Player of the Year is someone we've talked about a lot. I'm not going to mention who, I'm not going to say who he is, but
you've heard his name spoken here.
He comes from Central New Jersey, And he does a lot. He can play with the long pole. He can score with the shorty. He can face off. He's a wing guy. He's a tough guy. He played injured the last couple of weeks. Very tough. All those all league teams are going to be in there too.
Yeah.
Team of the year, there's no surprise there. But that player of the year, I think you know who he is. Very, very tough kid. Very tough kid. Nice kid. Very versatile athlete. Very versatile lacrosse player. We're going to get in depth with him.
We are. Well, it's been an exciting season. We
Yes.
hope you enjoy your summer. We can't wait to see you back. He's Mike Kinney. I'm Jackie Friedman. We'll see you next year.